always had this natural feeling for the water. Swimming, it's a thing that I've done all my life. I did rugby growing up, I ran track, I surfed. I did all the Australian things that you do as an Aussie kid, but when I was in the water, that's where I belonged. It was my cocoon where I just felt natural. I was always racing my younger brother in the backyard pool. I wanted to get faster, and I've had that lifelong passion of continually wanting to go faster. It's never left me. Swimming's just part of the culture in Australia where you grow up dreaming of becoming an Olympic swimmer because of the history of Australian swimming. It's just so profound, so rich. And I fulfilled those dreams. 2000, I was an Olympian. 2004, I was an Olympic finalist. And then I went into coaching. So it's been a 20-year journey of chasing speed. The fastest swimmer in the world is the person that swims the 50 freestyle. The 50 freestyle is the purest form of speed in the sport. No turns, no pacing, no time to think. It's you in the water and whether or not you can beat the clock. 20.91 seconds. That's the world record. Set by Cesar Cielo in 2009, a man I had the privilege to coach. And since that day, not one swimmer has been able to take it down. When someone finally beats it, when someone goes 20.9 or better, it's not just a record that falls, it's a wall coming down. Because that number has lived across generations, it's been the line between possible and impossible. And breaking it will change that line forever. The 50 freestyle is not just a race, it's the razor's edge of our sport. I'm talking about the difference between anonymity and immortality. This record isn't just a number, it's a legacy. It's an era.
Our goal is not to break a world record. Our goal is actually to break all the world records. The 50 freestyle is the crown jewel.
We're trying to showcase that the idea of utilizing performance-enhancing substances in sports is actually safe and leads to elevated unseen performance. To break a world record, all of the circumstances that impact it need to be perfect. This goes from the protocol, the athlete's preparation, nutrition, but very importantly, also training. And Brett is the best swim coach to ever live.
Trying to get those hands to fly.
And so Brett has now joined us as the head swim coach for the enhanced performance team, and we couldn't be more excited to have him as part of this journey.
Bringing Brett in full-time, dedicated, focused on the world record is something unique.
I'm most comfortable coaching the best athletes in the world. The idea of the enhanced games, it attracted me. Being at the forefront of science and technology and progress, I think is exciting. And then having James Magnussen as one of your athletes, I mean, how exciting is that?
I grew up in a coastal town in Australia. Learned to swim at a very young age, more for beach safety than anything. Then my first love of swimming just came from my school swimming carnival. I would have been 6 or 7 years old, and that feeling that I got as a young kid, that first time that I won my first race and touched that wall, that feeling of success, of achievement, is something that drove me day in, day out.
And the winner of the gold medal and Australian age group champion, James Magnussen.
I made the Australian team when I was 18, so I went straight from high school to representing my country on the world stage in swimming. I won my first world title at 20 years of age. Went to my first Olympic Games at 21. I had a 10-year-long career representing my country and then was retired by the ripe old age of 27. The hardest thing I've found in retirement was I missed that drive that got me out of bed each morning to say, I want to be the best in the world.
Who could we talk to? Who would be able to give you a bit of an insight there, like some sort of a sports science?
Well, I tell you who would have some idea, surely, who is a friend of the show, is the Missile, and go, listen, if you're taking blokes that are heat swimmers, could they be world record holders if they doped? He'd know.
Just see if we can just get him on.
We had the reward out for $1 million for the 50-meter free and the 100-meter sprint. And that was caught up in a podcast. These guys were talking about it, and one of them was like, hey, I actually know an Olympic athlete. Let me just call him up and see what he thinks about it.
Yo.
Missile, it's Tom and Eddie here, mate. How you going?
I went on the Hello Sport podcast and they asked me, did I think that the enhanced games could get random athletes from, say, a college or high school level to sign on, use performance-enhancing drugs, and then break current world records.
You can't just teach talent to a swimmer and then juice them up and make them good. You got to get a pre-existing fast swimmer, right?
You needed an athlete with years of skill acquisition, with years of training under their belt, the experience of racing. And I said to them, how about this?
Here's one for the enhanced games. I'm a couple of years out of retirement now. If they put up $1 million for the 50 freestyle world record, I'll come on board as their first athlete. I'll juice to the gills and I'll break it within 6 months.
Oh!
Regret that terminology, but here we are.
It was like a Thursday night, went to bed and we woke up and the podcast had, been released overnight and his phone just blew up.
And I was like, oh, what have I done? Like, usually that means something bad has happened in my past experience. Turns out overnight those quotes had kind of circulated globally. Every major tabloid had picked them up. And Aaron D'Souza had come out publicly and said, we accept.
We didn't go out to find James Magnussen. James Magnussen found us. James is the perfect encapsulation of our mission. I don't think it's that interesting if a 21-year-old breaks a world record because that's what you expect. But could a 31-year-old, a 35-year-old break a world record? That's pretty amazing.
Within a 24-hour period of committing to this process, I had convinced myself that I was going to win that world record, and I've had 100% belief from that day until today that I'll break this world record.
I knew once he said, I'm going to do this, I knew that he would commit to it and he'd be back to his old athlete mentality and focus. And yeah, I have no doubt about his ability to really zone in on something.
So in April 2025, it will be 7 years since I last raced professionally for my country, and I'm ready to do it again.
In trying to showcase that performance enhancements will actually lead to the fact that athletes can safely break records, we wanted to include one more athlete that has more recent swimming experience.
Mark.
Kristian is an extraordinary athlete, a 50-meter specialist that has been at the top of the game for a really long time.
I've been to 4 Olympics, many European championships, world championships. It didn't take me long to decide that after the Olympics, I want to be at the Enhanced Games. Literally my first thought, it felt like somebody created the Enhanced Games for me.
That was good, man. Really good.
Feels good. I had a feeling since a young age that I was born to just be the fastest man in the water. My parents gave me that gift. My father was a swimmer. He was a famous Bulgarian sprinter. After that, he became a swim coach, and just naturally, he just put me in the water. My father was my coach, I would say until 16 years old, somewhere around there. I lost my father in 2010 from skin cancer. Yeah. He taught me a lot about swimming.
When his father passed away, he kind of took on this responsibility to become the best that he could be for him. And I think that was a big motivation for, I would say, like the first 8 to 10 years after his father passed away. That was a big driving factor.
You can do some single arm sculpt.
First met Kristian was way back. He was a swimmer at Alabama, so I was the head coach at Auburn University. So I met Kristian competing against my team, and I hated everything about him. I loved him because he was so incredibly awesome, but he was swimming for the wrong team. I think it was our destiny to come together at some point. It just wasn't then, but I'm glad that he swims with me now, and I'm glad I got a chance to coach him because he was at the end of his career. And now, working with him, I feel like he's at the beginning. I feel like everything he did in the previous 4 Olympics was a prequel to what he's going to do with Enhanced now. The sky's the limit.
I think this is perfect for Kristian because his biggest competition is himself, and it always has been. So I think for this, he can just focus on himself. He doesn't have to focus on winning. He just has to focus on being perfect in the water.
He was swimming as fast as he was in Paris after a 6-month break within 2 weeks. No enhancements, just coming in and doing sprint training.
With a swimmer that's just been 5th, like, right, there's only 4 people in the world that swam quicker than this guy last year. I'm really excited to see where this can lead to.
This is what I needed to get motivated, push more, push harder, and break records and make a good living out of it is like something that I want to be a part of. With enhancements, I know there's no way I'm not going to break that world record.
Swimming as fast as Paris without enhancements, so we'll take it, you know?
We'll take it. I think I'm going to need to shave the mustache, yeah. Not happy about it, but yeah, we got to do what we got to do. Let's go get some injections. I started the protocol pretty much as soon as I got over here to the US. The idea being we needed about 3 months worth of training, protocol, preparation, if I was any chance of breaking this world record. Nothing I'm doing is illegal. I have prescriptions for everything that I have and will take throughout this process.
Athlete safety is our top priority at the Enhanced Games. It's not the use of these substances that's inherently dangerous, it's the misuse of these substances. We know that this is done already. It's been done for years. Almost 50% of athletes are potentially doping in track and field. They're just like, well, I'm going to take this and see what happens, as opposed to having a very regimented, strategic, personalized approach to it.
Athletes will choose their primary care physician who will prescribe the enhancements. We as a medical commission will not do this, we will only monitor, but we are adamant that only enhancements are used that are firstly legal and secondly are approved by the regulatory medical bodies such as FDA here.
As a former professional athlete, you always think you're healthy and virile, but this is another level. I feel 18 again. Should have been a rugby player. Before I left Australia, I was training once a day, 6 days a week. And by Thursday, Friday, I was tired, I was sore, I was struggling. Came over here, I started the enhanced protocol, and pretty much straight away, I started training 7 days a week, twice a day. So I was training, I went from 6 sessions a week to 14 sessions a week.
Super relaxed up front, pop, pop.
I trained twice a day, every day for 30 days straight, which basically got me from the couch to probably an intermediate international level swimmer within 1 month.
Take your mark.
When I first started working with James, he looked and felt 33. He wasn't very aquatic anymore. He wasn't very powerful in the water. He didn't have much endurance. He was heavy. And he's come into a situation where he's never worked with me before. He's never trained this way before. Every single day in the pool, once a day, and then every single day in the gym doing something.
This protocol has got me bouncing back. Sometimes 6 hours later, I feel like I could train again, which has been a bit of a revelation.
Every time I saw him, he's been telling me that he feels more excited about his health and being more excited about racing again than he's been before.
It's looking good, James. It's just flowing.
After 7 years of sitting on a couch and talking about swimming and watching swimming and commentating on it, he's faster and healthier than he's ever been. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Another day closer to that world record. So my resting heart rate is now 32 beats per minute, which is super low, particularly for a 33-year-old.
Can I have you lay on your back, please?
Protocol is basically daily.
And then just place your arms on the sides, please.
I see my doctor weekly. biggest initial concerns for me, for my family, for my partner were the long-term effects on my health, or how my heart and some of my vital organs would handle stresses of this process.
All right, don't move, okay? I think my first reaction was like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. Can't wait to have to talk to our parents about this.
My main real issue with this was his health. I really wanted James to feel that I was supporting him.
And breathe.
He definitely confirmed with me that he was getting totally medically checked out. That turned me around, the fact that he's healthy.
I'm getting blood tests once a month. I'm getting body scans once a month. I've got a dietitian. I've got a strength and conditioning coach. I've got doctors. I've got endocrinologists. I've got heart specialists. We've covered every base. For every extra bit of energy I had, we upped the training. So I don't feel any different. I assumed, because I was fit and healthy, that my heart, my liver, my kidneys, everything functioned well, but I didn't actually know. So this actually gives me a lot of peace of mind, not only for the enhanced games, but for life outside of sport. Have there been any changes since my last test?
We're looking at your heart function. So this is your left ventricle. So this is the big chamber of the heart. Even under stress, your heart muscle is completely normal.
I had to do some speed work today in a suit, not the suit that I'll race in at the world record attempt, but a suit nonetheless. And I just wasn't very fast. And I've got a few frustrations around that. So in 2009, technology in swimming basically progressed to a point where swimmers were allowed to wear polyurethane suits. We called them super suits. These suits were floatier, faster, more streamlined than anything we'd seen in swimming before. And at that World Championships in 2009 and the following meets that year, most of, if not all, world records were broken.
In 2010, they did away with the super suits. So now everybody swims in a jammer, basically a suit that's from the waist to the knees.
So I'll be wearing a similar suit to what Cesar Cielo wore in 2009, a polyurethane suit. I think to compare two physiological specimens in the same way, you at least need some similarities in the race conditions. And there haven't been those similarities now for 15 years. And therefore some of those records, a la 50 freestyle Cesar Cielo, are still around 15 years later.
Come on, mate, let's go, let's go, let's go! There's no playbook on this. There's no, here, do this, and this is the result you're gonna get. We're testing as we're going, and James is one of those guys, he's gonna put on mass, he's gonna put on muscle. And as the enhancements kick in, that was one thing that we had to figure out as we went along here.
Within about 6 weeks, I ballooned up to about 252 pounds and was starting to look a little more like a bodybuilder than a swimmer, which is, I think, to be expected on some of these protocols.
He looks at a weight and he puts on muscle, he puts on strength. And so the enhancements have certainly helped him get stronger, helped him recover, but they've also had the negative effect of putting on muscle that we didn't necessarily want.
So that quickly created an athlete that we'd never seen before in swimming. A 252-pound swimmer hasn't existed before. My lifts in the gym skyrocketed. My power in the pool skyrocketed. But with that 252 pounds, my flotation in the pool it descended quite drastically. So all of a sudden we have a new problem on our hands. Is this guy too big, too strong, too powerful?
Ultimately, that's what people need to understand is the buoyancy effect. You want to be high, you want to be minimizing resistance and drag, and the heavier you are, the heavier you sit. And so for the past few months, In some sense, I've been frustrated that we've been down here, and I'm trying to elevate him. So we've tried a number of different tricks. We've had to make some adjustments, and we're still at a point where we're just uncertain.
I'm doing everything that I possibly can for this world record attempt. I'm eating to within a calorie of my recommended intake. I am spending 90 minutes a day on mobility. I'm lifting to the best of my capability. Every time I'm in the water, I'm focused on every single stroke that I take.
Honestly, I feel like today. Freezing cold. I find it super frustrating trying to swim fast.
Whilst it's frustrating that speed hasn't come yet, and we're getting close, which builds tension, the speed will come. I just want it to come now.
Training has been different for James this time around because he was always training for the 100 freestyle, and that was always done a certain way with a certain formula.
He hits that center line, so he'll come in here, whereas in the 50, you got to hit here. So I'm really trying to get him hand, catch, rip, speed, yeah.
And this is where we get into the perfection of the 50 freestyle. You can't make a mistake. The guys that have come before him and broken this world record were perfect.
Engage the core, rip. Engage the core, rip. Better.
You'll be judged on your reaction time, and then you'll be judged in the water to the 15-meter mark. He has to be 5.0 seconds or slightly better.
Take your mark.
Anything slower than that, and I'm talking hundreds of seconds. So if he's 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, he's already off his mark. The next mark is the 25 meters. So he's got to hit the 25-meter mark at 9.4 seconds. James has to hold his form, has to hold his technique, has to hold his rhythm, has to hold his cadence. And if he does that, he's got a real good shot at breaking the world record.
Good morning. Great day to be a dark.
It's coming down to the wire, so to have a rainy day isn't ideal, but we're about to head indoors in Greensboro in a few days from now, so that'll be a welcome change.
How was it? Cold?
Oh, the pool? It's okay.
It's okay. I want to hate my competition, and I just couldn't with Kristian. You're a bad one.
So we're going to Greensboro with the full team. James's attempt is the centerpiece. Kristian's coming as a support, but his attempt is going to be a couple of months later.
I'm gonna do a couple of 50s there just to see where we're at right now, and then adjust some things within the next 7 weeks.
All the physical stuff's done now. I've lifted heavy, I've swum fast, I've done everything I need to do physically. I haven't raced in 7 years, so starting to get a little bit nervous, which I like.
He said it would be such a gift to be able to go back and live the athlete life with the maturity and experience that I have now.
I think she knew that if I turned down an opportunity like this, it was something that I would regret in the future. And I was of the same belief.
You know, as his partner, seeing him have that opportunity and really make the most of that opportunity, that's been really special.
Last time of the day.
This is such uncharted territory that we're all kind of looking at each other going, will he, won't he, is he, isn't he? All I can do is trust in my own abilities, but also trust in the people around me. I know that I'm physically in peak condition. I've never been stronger, I've never been leaner, and at 33 years of age, I've never been wiser. So they're the 3 tools that I'm going to use to attempt to break this record. If I can prove that this can be done, we've just uncovered a whole new world of high performance.
When we talk about the world record in the 50 free, we're talking about the purest form of speed in sport.
Wow. Looks cool, eh?
Yeah, there you go.
Very nice. They didn't mess around, did they?
Very impressive. Looks fast. I like the look of it better from that end. Yeah, looks shorter.
People don't realize the 50 freestyle isn't like the 100, where you've got room to build into the race. This isn't distance, this isn't tactics, this is a gunfight, and the moment that gun goes off, you're already late.
You know, it's been really hard being apart. We spend a lot of time together. I feel like I need to do a warm-up. So I'm hoping that what I can bring this week is at least that bit of familiarity.
He's like, did you know he has the heart of a 25-year-old? I said, yes, you did tell me that.
I am very nervous. My expectation is that he's going to be able to turn up this week and approach this with 100% confidence that he's done everything he can. My hope is that the outcome that he wants, that he breaks this record. I believe he can and I believe he will. Treatment time? Dad, I think you're on.
The reason I'm here really is because he asked me personally. The last time I worked with him was during the Olympics in 2016, but before that at the World Championships in 2013 when he won his second World Championship. Just gently just rock himself around. I think he felt that he wanted everything to go right.
Slowly. There you go. James is looking phenomenal. He's as good as I've seen him look. He's sounding as good as I've heard him sound, so I'm just staying out of his way. Stay relaxed, all right?
I've one job today, and that's to get down that pool as fast as I can. On the line is the name tag of being the fastest man in history, but also, as a side note, $1 million.
When you look down that pool, you have to be in a certain mental state. You have to be free of thought at that point in time. There's so much pressure and intensity and grind and grit and muscle and force, but it's done in such a relaxed way that it should look effortless.
Let's go, James!
To me, it's the most beautiful race because everybody on the pool deck will be on edge and James has to be in a place where he is floating on a cloud. He'll get up on the block. He'll set himself into a position where he gets the right angle on the block. Then he's gonna take his mark and he's going to explode when that gun goes off.
Yeah, that's odd. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, turn around for me. That one's odd. That's weird. What the happened there?
That's why this race is so brutal, because it's the 50. You're not racing other swimmers, you're racing time itself. Time doesn't flinch, time doesn't slow down, time doesn't care who you are.
The last 3 strokes, you're kind of reaching for the wall like that.
It's the one thing every great sprinter has chased, and one thing that's beaten every single one of them for the past 15 years.
Still super confident about getting the record. All the pieces of the puzzle are there, just got to put it together. Drama.
Yeah, for me, the first swim wasn't indicative of the work he'd done. I knew there was more in him, so we wanted to go faster, so we tried again. 20.91 seconds. That's the world record. Forget the medals, forget the ceremonies. This is the number that echoes through every pool on Earth. Not one swimmer has been able to take it down. That's not just because it's fast, it's because it was perfect. See, in the 50, there's no room for mistakes. Everything has got to go right. The start, the reaction, the breakout, the stroke rate, the finish. And it has to happen inside a window smaller than a heartbeat.
When you were here doing that, everything was traveling. No matter what happens today, we're going a lot faster. Forearms, just release a bit of tension. I think today's about getting this suit right, but nailing my processes in the race itself.
He's looking relaxed, and that's what I want. I want a relaxed swim.
This one today, bit newer, bit shinier. Is it an 09 super suit? No, but can we do the job in it? Betcha.
He's a big, strong man, so if we go in with tension, he'll rip at the water. I want relaxation, and that's what we got.
He's good. He's ready to go today again. He's, really focused, really positive.
No thinking, just go. Let's go, let's go. Come on, baby!
Let's go, James! Come on! Ew! Go! Come on! Come on, James! Go! Go! Come on!
I'm really disappointed with the time on the board because I don't think it's a true reflection of my preparation and the sacrifices I've made.
Mate, I couldn't be more proud of you, the work you've done, and the fact that you were pioneering. I mean, you're pioneering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
No one had a roadmap for us. No one said this is the way we're meant to do it. Like, we were guiding this together, and you've been phenomenal, man.
This is honestly like the craziest week I've been a part of. Like the craziest 4 months of my life. But yeah, I'm super proud of how it all turned out. Like being an athlete is the biggest privilege, and I felt like the happiest I've felt in 7 years. So, yeah. I'm proud of it.
Good, man. Oh, man. Awesome. Thanks for letting me in.
Thanks, guys.
I have a pretty good understanding now of the protocol and what worked well and what didn't. And I have a very clear picture in my head now of how to do that.
What a day.
But next time I think I can tweak this and get it much closer to perfect because it's the first time it's ever been done. And the other difference is I'm going to stay swimming between now and the enhanced games. I'm not going to take 7 years off this time.
The journey of success is not just that of one person. I think Neil Armstrong put it well. He landed on the moon, but it was the 25,000 people at NASA who got him there and back safely. Everything is teamwork in this world, and sometimes that teamwork is personified in the achievements of one individual. But we must recognize that James was very much part of the team that brought Kristian in this equation, that brought Brett in, and that convinced us all that we had the capability to do this.
Take your mark. Stand up, stand up, stand up. How come you don't curl your toes at the front?
I don't?
No. Why?
Still like this?
I've noticed that before. Yeah, you don't curl. Yeah, you go straight. Yeah, like that. All right, take your mark. Kristian's quiet, unassuming, but inside there's a fire. If you can really get into his emotions, this man wants to be the best in history. I've never met a swimmer that's completely satisfied with their swim. They're happy, but they always chase more. I get a swimmer touch the wall and swim their best time, and they say I could go faster. Come on. Break a world record, and they say I could have gone faster. There's more there. Yeah, man. Nice work, nice work. Kristian just went his best time. He's never done that before. Hey. Yeah, that's his lifetime best. Good start, man. Anytime I'm at a competition, I'm trying to relax my athletes, calm down, remove stress, remove expectation, and just let the body go out and perform. He's a big giant kid. Yeah.
You know, he's a coach that he really will get the best out of you.
Let's start with our dolphin kick, because that's still the weakest part of our race. So this is my dream, to be with the best athletes in their peak performance and chasing
historical swims. It feels like I've been with Kristian for 2 weeks, and at the same time, it feels like 3 years. Like, it's just been so cool to have this experience with Kristian and be his personal coach for the past few months, and to see his progression and the rapid rise, and now the performances he's putting together, just swim after swim after swim.
You know, everybody's, expecting me to swim fast. People expecting something from me, and I gotta do it. I just wait for James to finish his trial, and I was thinking of what I need to do, how I need to swim it, and I just put my suit on and wasn't thinking of anything. I wasn't stressed. Yeah, the plan was just to swim faster.
I was checking the time and I saw he was only clocking 9 seconds. So I was like, he's going to break the record.
I sat at the 15-meter mark. He hit the world record pace. At the 35-meter mark, I knew he was going to break the world record. I just had to sit back and be in amazement of watching that last 15 meters.
As soon as he touched the wall, I looked back and, wow, I mean, phenomenal. I had no idea he was going to break the world record today. No idea. That thing hasn't been touched in 16 years.
I was so excited for Kristian to have done this. To be able to break that was absolutely ridiculous.
Thank you, brother. Oh, you are good. I appreciate you, brother. That's so impressive, man. So impressive. I love it. I just broke the world record.
When he called me, he was like,
yeah,
I broke the world record. And I was like, no, there's no way. I was crying, he was crying. It was really, really beautiful.
Oh my God.
Being the only coach in history that has been associated with 3 athletes that have swum under 21 seconds, it was just the realization of the enormity of the moment hit me, and that's when the emotions came in.
You made me cry. Waiting for 1-2. You made me cry.
Hey, Busquet, 9.3, Cielo, 9.1, you 8.9. 2 100s.
My God.
You're dealing with a moustache too.
Hey, yeah. I shaved that half a second down. Wow.
This world record's been for 16 years. From my opinion, it was one of the hardest world records to break. And here we are.
He's 2-3 weeks into protocol. He's got a subpar race suit and he's broken the world record. So the world is his oyster in terms of how fast can he go.
Kristian's now the fastest man in a super suit, and we want to come back here and be the fastest man in a jammer. We want to be the fastest across the board, no questions asked. Obviously, he's going to extend his protocol to a full 12 weeks. 20.91 is off the board. Kristian's 20.89. We want to break 21.04 in the jammer, and we want to take out all the history books.
That's the $1 million check right here. Every time I wake up, I look at it. gives me energy to continue push harder. I would need at least 5 careers to just make $1 million. It's just crazy. Boom, 150. It's unbelievable. There you go. This is it.
Is that the one you broke it in?
Yeah.
Nice. Do you need help packing?
I'm good, thanks. I leave on Sunday for Vegas, and we're gonna stay there 3 weeks.
Do you feel ready for doing it without the suit?
I'm not ready now, but yeah, I'm excited.
Throughout this whole thing, I don't think he's ever had any doubts. I think it's been like full, I'm ready, I'm excited, I wanna see what's going to come out of this.
He's been enhanced now for a couple of months. and we're going to be at our peak. Now we're going to unleash hell on the last one. Try and get a personal best in practice. Not the best start, a little messy. 4.9.961. Don't be in a hurry. Be patient, you got that dolphin kick now. I don't feel stressed with Kristian. We were fighting against the clock with James, that's what I felt. With Kristian, I don't feel that. Really, all I'm doing is just polishing him. Wow, that was nice. That was clean. I don't know what he did at the end of it.
And then I go deep, and then I'm like this, and then I'm trying to do 5 kicks, and everything gets f***ed. Need to figure out something.
Sometimes as a coach, you just got to step away and let him figure it out. He's being super picky about the most minute detail. That's what makes him the best in the world. You're looking for this much, you know?
Yeah, I mean, this much. You know, when you try to break the world record, you need everything.
He's frustrated, but he's still doing a lot of good things right, so I'm happy with that workout. It was a good one.
The starts were not very clean. I was a little bit frustrated, but we're working on it. I feel the strength and the power and the explosiveness in the gym.
He's lifting heavier and faster than he's ever lifted in his life, and this is at the age of 31, so he's definitely stronger.
Cardiac-wise, you're as optimized as possible. Your function of the heart remains preserved. You reach that enhancement level, right?
Yeah.
The next is gonna be your competition.
Yeah.
And breaking more records.
Yeah.
Continuing his enhancement protocol, really fine-tuning on helping exactly what he needs to improve his style of swimming. I think we will be very excited to see what Kristian's able to put on the clock.
It takes a certain environment to get the best out of somebody. When he came to practice today, he kind of asked, what are we doing today? And I said, I just want to do a 25, you know, which is half his race, and I want to do it faster than he's ever done it today. Can Kristian swim under 21 seconds? Yes, absolutely, Kristian can do that. But I've got to make him believe that he can do that and have that confidence to be able to do it on the day, and that's the challenge with athletics. 6'7" acrobat. It's always a good sign when he's jumping around. Kristian's attempting to do something no man has ever done, which is what he did before, but I'm fully confident in his abilities, but we've got to get the best out of Kristian. Yes, yes, yes. That's it. Drive. Nice.
That's all I need. If you have a coach and you see him that he really believes in you and he's confident, you feed off that and then you just put it in the pool and swim fast.
This is actually what he did right before he broke the world record. He kind of just went off into the distance and just kind of got in his own space. Just hit it, man. First attempt, all right? Get up and rip, all right? Rip it. It's not about today or tomorrow. It's about on that day, are you ready to swim faster than anyone's ever swum? Take your mark. Clean, clean, clean. Oh, shit. Woo! God damn. Oh my God. Come have a look. It says 9:34. That's the fastest split in history. I've never had that on my watch in my life. 9:34 for a 25. Good luck trying to swim that fast. I think if you keep going, you break the world record right there.
Maybe.
Right there, no doubt. 9:34? Dude, the best I've had you is 9:58. You break the world record right there. In practice. You gotta come have a look at this. You gotta see it on the watch. Because it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, huh?
That's 15.
Wow.
And look at this. Oh my God. Never seen that before. 12 days, perfect practice. I've been waiting my whole life to see something like that in practice. And finally today, he pulled it out. Like, I wanted him under 21.0 pace. Right there today, he's 20.6 pace. You know, he's ahead of the game. So, look, you can't predict anything. You can just go off indicators. The indicators say that he's swimming faster than he's ever swum before, and that we already know what that means. We had some things that were working in our favor back in Greensboro the first time. When we go back this time, all eyes are going to be on Kristian. It's going to be a different environment, so I have to find a way to get the best out of him.
We're on the right path for Greensboro for try to break the world record, and physically I feel really strong. The progress has been amazing. I feel that I'm much stronger, much faster in the water, stronger in the gym. So we've done really good work, and yeah, we're happy with it.
We're officially done here in Vegas now. We've done all the work. We're headed to Greensboro, and we're going for the world record attempt. When you walk through that door of the pool, it's game time. We started this week with the goal of being the fastest ever in a jammer.
Last time, all the cameras, everybody was focused on James. I was just super relaxed. Now, all eyes on me. Everybody expected for me to swim fast, so, you know, I wanted to prove that I can do it.
We knew we were going to swim in jammers, so we wanted to be the fastest ever. And that is Caleb Dressel, 21.04. We wanted to take that result down this week.
Kristian knows now he can do it. He's tasted blood and he wants it. He wants to show the world that he's not just the fastest man in the water, but that he will stay the fastest man in the water.
I'm excited more for Greensboro this time than I was last time. We had more questions, more doubts. I feel like Enhanced has given us everything we've needed to be at our best.
I know what he's capable of. He just has to believe that too.
If you think during the race, it's not going to work well. You just have to let your brain just go.
For me, it's not about nervousness at that point in time. I'm fully confident in what we're about to do.
Let's go, Kristian!
Come on, baby, finish up, finish up, finish up! Nice job.
This is one of the best swims in the world with a jammer. Like top 6 or 7 best times all time. So that is really impressive.
Like 21.1 forced is 20.7 relaxed. You know what I mean? So it's there.
I think he just had a little bit more jitters. Like a little bit more nerves.
I bet you if I asked him that swim was hard, like let it flow. You don't have to force your speed, it's there. But when you're chasing a world record, you're like, put something on it, you're like, you know?
By the way, let's put it in perspective.
He won
his whole career, the best time's 21.44.
Yeah.
Whole career, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even that muscle is still way better than he's ever done in his life.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sounds like he's going to cool off and relax, get a flush, and yeah, we're going to go again.
Take your marks.
Yeah, come on, baby, come on, baby.
Relax, relax.
Oh, so long there, so long, so long, long. Get one more stroke, man.
It's good. He can still do it.
He's done good tomorrow.
You're on the pace right there. You're just like, dude, at the 25, you were smoking. I had 9.2 at the 25. Yeah. He's definitely reaching a little, which is, we're gonna fix that.
It's just getting every little piece to connect in the same race at the same time.
We're being very critical here, you know, so these swims are phenomenal, but we're looking for a hole-in-one. We're looking for the world record swim. We're this far away. We're gonna get this thing.
21-1. Yeah, I'm almost 32 years old. Like, to be doing best times right now, it's absolutely amazing. And we'll give it a shot tomorrow again.
Go, baby. All right?
All right.
Let's go show them what the fucking fast looks like, all right? Show these motherfuckers what fast looks like.
I will. I'll show
You're
my
the
best.
fastest motherfucker on earth. No, you're the fastest on earth, okay? Right. Show the I'm thinking today's just going to put it all together and everything will be perfect. We're talking 2/10. He can find it. He's got to dig deep today. We got 21-1 covered. Good job, man, good job. It's like the perfect swim is like, it's so close. You know, if we were half a second away from this, I'd be like, let's pack up, let's get out of here. But it's like, like we're talking about, that's it. Like, we're so close. And it's like, I think it's there, I really do. So I'm not losing hope at all. He'll come back in 24 hours and I'm thinking he's gonna get it. That's the way I'm thinking.
I felt a little bit heavy today from yesterday, the 250s back to back. You know, it's kind of hard, and I felt a little bit heavy in the arms today. But I think after today's swim and long warm down, I'll feel better tomorrow.
And here's the big thing to take away from this. Kristian has swum 3 swims under what it took to win gold medal in Paris last year. 3 swims in the space of 24 hours. It's extraordinary, honestly.
I'm trying to go harder than I ever win.
I could tell yesterday was going to be a mental swim for him because he was heavier in the water, just the way he was moving. Today, he's moving light. That's usually a pretty good sign.
At first races, I was feeling it more, for sure, the pressure, and then race after race, it was just going away. Today, I felt most relaxed of all of the other previous days.
Maybe people are kind of thinking he's not gonna do it, which I think was the motivator last time. It was kind of like, no, I'm the guy. I'm the one you want. Like, I can do this. Maybe he's picking up on that energy.
Oh man, I'm feeling some energy today. Feeling some energy today. I felt nervousness the last 2 days. Today I've got like a tingle where I'm like electric.
Take your marks.
Was it the finish again? I mean, how many times? Oh, he was so high in the water and then he does that long, what? Why? Why? Why the long finish?
21-11. We fell short again. I thought that was it. And I walked over and I looked at him and he was completely drained of energy. And I said, we're not finishing like that. That's not the way this is gonna end. We're gonna go again and you need to figure it out.
Hey, listen, we're walking away from the pool right now and you're gonna go and relax and have a holiday. If you got another swim in, you pull it out. If you got one more in, you pull it out. There's absolutely nothing to lose.
There was never a question that he wasn't going to try again. He knew he'd left something on the table there. So as an athlete and as coach and mentor, it was like, we're doing this. There's no excuses. We're figuring it out.
I kind of like thought that I'm not gonna do it, but at the end I was just like, okay, last race, I have nothing to lose. Just like, don't think about anything, just execute and just do it and have fun.
Let's go, Kristian! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Stick it! Stick it! Stick it! Stick it! Stick it! Yeah! Yeah! That's it! That's it! That's it! Hell! Ah! Ah!
I did it, Nuli. I did it.
My whole life I've been swimming, I've been chasing to be the fastest. Now that I did it, I can't believe it. I need to process it a little bit more.
One more, anybody? One more? It just gets better. This whole experience has not just been in his development of swimming, but it's also pushed his own personal development. He's changed a lot in the 6 months at least that we've been doing this, and it's been really special to see.
The sky's the limit for him. Like he's at the beginning of a new career and he's the fastest man in history.
That's superhuman. Can we do another one? That's the definition of enhanced, baby, right there.
I'm proud to call myself Kristian's coach. I'm thankful that he let me into his world. There's definitely a connection there with us two, and I'm glad I finally have realized my chance to work with him. 21:03, I think the swimming world is going to hate every second of it. They're not going to want the fastest swimmer in history to be enhanced, but that's the future. This is where human performance is going, and I think a lot of people start to embrace it over time.
When they see how it's done with the doctors and everything, and they see that it's just something beautiful that they created, I think a lot more people will come on board.
Quality of competition that will be shown at the Enhanced Games is going to be like in no other sporting competition globally.
And that's the thing that excites me about the Enhanced Games, is that human potential. What is that potential? Where is the max? Where's the limit?
We now have proof that what we were trying to achieve is possible.
By raising our expectations, we can achieve miracles over and over and over again.
For us, this is not the end of a story. This is just the first chapter in a much longer story that we're now able to write.
What's next? Break it again.